Hey everyone, it is Witch Willow. We are continuing the series about mythical creatures. I thought I was going to do one on witches this week, but a thought occurred to me, and I have actually had these spirits come to me. They have gone up for sale in my eBay shop. So today we're going to talk about succubus and incubus spirits. But before I do, last week I had a little giveaway going on. Only one person did it. So Roger, you're getting everything. Every Rice Krispie treats that comes out, every piece of ginger, it is all yours. Thank you for your support. I appreciate it. And as a little thank you, I made this little jar. It says petrified. It's kind of like hard to see the label. It says petrified bat on it. It has this little skull. It's a mason jar. And basically all the detailing that I did is on the outside. So the inside is still food safe. So, you know, after you finish with the ginger, you could use it for decoration. You could use it for ingredients, whatever. So this is my thank you to you for your support. And I have fresh ginger root here. So you are getting fresh stuff. I'm going to make that. So send me your mailing information at salemwillow@yahoo.com. That address is going to be in the description box below. So send me your information and I will ship that out. If you send it to me this weekend, I can do it Monday morning, so you'll get it fresh and you'll have it by this week. I will be having a drawing sometime next month. Focused on more like Thanksgiving type treats. For Christmas, I might be doing one with maybe chocolate covered gingerbread. I know some of my friends like that. Maybe some mint chip brownies, like peppermint chip brownies. I don't know. So, but I will do drawings once a month. So anybody that missed out on this one, hey, you know, watch the videos. All you have to do is like it, share it on social media, and I will send you free stuff. Promise. And you know, it's gonna like cute little stuff, kitschy stuff, you know, I mean, it's free stuff. All you have to do is like and share me on social media. That's all. Anyway, so let's talk about succubus and incubus spirits. Now, there's a lot of things that come about that they are demonic, that they are trying to possess you, that they have evil intentions to you. First of all, let's address it, if they're demonic or not. They are not. They are human spirits. But they are human spirits that have developed a certain talent. And that talent is to enter your dreams and make you have a sexual dream and come to orgasm. Now, why did they do this? Well, let's talk about what spirits are, what they need, and then we'll get back to the succubus. So what spirits are, they are the human soul, and they need energy to exist, which is why when they try to manifest, when they try to do something, the room will get colder because heat is energy. So they feed off the energy, which means they feed off the heat, the room gets colder. And usually when the room gets a lot colder, you're going to have some kind of manifestation at that point. So they need energy to survive. Sometimes if you feel like you're exhausted for no reason, you know, you're up and you're charged, and then like an hour later you're drained and you need to go lay down and what have you. It could be a spiritual attachment, because spirits need energy to feed, to keep themselves coherent and together. They could be using your energy to do this. Now, the reason why I say that is because, yes, the succubus and the incubus spirits, they do feed off your energy, but they give you something in return. So when a person orgasms, it is a huge amount of energy expended, which is why some people are so exhausted afterwards. They're like, ugh, I'm done. I'm just done for the rest of the day. So when they actually are able to manifest inside your dreams, bring you to that point, they feed off of that energy that you are creating through your orgasm. So yes, they, in a way, they are kind of like a psychic vampire. They feed off the energy that is produced by other human beings. But unlike the psychic vampire, like me, they do not leave strife and chaos in their wake. They leave you feeling satisfied. So succubi and incubi are not evil. They are not trying to piss it. Now, if something is entering your dreams and they are giving you nightmares and you feel like paralyzed and you feel suffocation, that is not a succubi or an incubi. That is a different spirit altogether. And because these things both happen at night, they get a bad rap for it. It is not them. That is not what they do. I mean, I had I had a succubi spirit that was so strong. I am completely heterosexual. She is so strong. While I was at work, she was starting to influence me about other female, because she herself was a lesbian. She was, and I was like, no, don't even. I mean, she was pretty strong. I was like in a state of being turned on for like a couple of hours, and I was just like, you need to cut it out. Just stop it, you know? And she did. She once I said, you know, cut it. That's not all right. I'm done. Just stop it. She did. She was actually purchased by somebody, and then I had another one that was bisexual. So I was going to make a really lewd joke right there, but I just decided I better not. So, anyway, so she was sold as well. And, these spirits, you know, that they come in here and, you know, I talk to them. I do read their aura. I do read their energy. If succubi were evil, if they were actually demonic, I would see the black in their spirit, in their energy. And they didn't have this. This was like a human aura that they had. So it was really interesting. I was talking to them. I was like getting to know them and understand. And they were like, no, we're not demonic. We don't worship Satan. We're not from hell. We lived human lives. These were our lives. We lived human lives. So they are not evil. They're actually, if you think about it, they're actually giving spirits. You know, unlike Psy vampires, unlike other, you know, human spirits, they're not, yeah, they do feed off your energy, but hey, they give you something great in return. I've actually had that experience many years ago. And I'll tell you what, so far, the real life can't compare to what happened there. It has not compared yet. I don't know if that will ever change, but that cannot compare. The real cannot compare to what happened there. It was mind-blowing. I wish I could have that experience again, because that was woo. So I just want to like put to rest what people are conceiving about the succubi and the incubi. Now, you know, they are human spirits, so just like any human spirit, they may not be nice, they may not be nasty, they may be into some kinky shit, you know? So that, you know, if you're like pretty straight-laced, uptight, whatever, well, I don't want to make it sound like, you know, if you're not getting tied up, you're uptight. I don't mean to sound like that. But, you know, if you're just, like, not used to that, it could seem like, you know, if they want to tie you up, if they want to, like, whip you, whatever, that could seem like it's demonic to you. But just like every human, there's sexual preferences, there's styles, there's attitude, you know, it's like the whole plethora. It's the whole human experience, except they're no longer in physical form. That's all it is. So, I mean, yeah, there are some that are, I heard, oh God, what is it? The Ram's Head Inn, I believe it is, in England. And there's supposed to be a succubi spirit there, that's evil, that will try to possess you and all that. Well, first of all, if it's a true succubi, it's not, it is not a demon. Now, if that succubi does try to do certain things, that is the human element. It's just maybe who they were in life, and it's carrying over. But I can't stress it enough. They're not going to kill you. They're not going to possess you. They really don't have that type of power unless you let them do that. If you have the force of will, nothing can possess you if you have the force of will. Are there cases of possession? Yes. And I don't want to do any victim blaming, but you invited it and you let it happen. I've had some spirits try to jump me. They can't jump me. It doesn't end well for them. They end up getting devoured. Now I understand that not everybody can devour a spirit, but you can repel them. You can repel them. You just imagine pushing them out, and you can repel them. It comes down to force of will. And that's something that I will get into in the witch's video, about the will of the witch. Because the witch has to have a certain amount of will, a certain amount of forcefulness. And that's what it comes down to. So for everybody that is afraid of the succubi and the incubi, there really isn't anything to be afraid of. If you tell them no, they'll go away. They'll find someone else. That is what the true succubi is. They are human spirits. They cannot do anything to you if you do not want it to happen. You can tell them no. Even in your dream state, it is your dream state. You set the rules. You can put a stop to it. So, I think that's pretty much all I have to say about succubi. I don't know if you guys have any questions about it. You could always email me. You could put it in the comments. And I will be happy to let you know what I know, what has been related to me. I just want to say that the succubi spirits, now the first one that came to me actually came in a doll that I had ordered. Obviously, you see, I collect dolls. God, do I collect dolls? Okay. So this spirit had come to me in a doll, and I was like actually very surprised when I read the energy. Because I saw that there was a little something more than human. There was a little more power there, and I'm like, oh, I've never come across this energy before. And after we got to talking, I had placed her doll up for beds, and I had a few people contact me, And I said, okay. So I said to my spirit guide, I'm like, hey, do you know any other succubi who, you know, want this deal, want to be bonded with the dog, go to a home, you know, be welcome for this? And he was like, yeah, I know a couple. So he brought a couple in. One was the bisexual succubi. She went out very quickly. Another one, I had put up, somebody had asked me specifically, and I found her, and then they just disappeared into the wind. And then this succubi was eventually, her doll was purchased. And I have not had an incubus here yet. I've had a personal experience with an incubus spirit many, many years ago, and then they flitted off and did their own thing. But I have not had one come in here yet. So, although I did not ask my spirit guide to see if he could find an incubus, I don't know. Maybe that's something I should actually talk to him about. Not for my, yeah, because not she doth protest too much, not for my own. No, but I do notice that they do get a lot of attention. They do bring about a lot of questions. When they were up on my eBay site, there were a lot of questions. There were a lot of interest generated. But as I said, they are human spirits. They are not demons. And you control everything. So, if there are any further questions, email me, comments below. Next week we will do the witches because it's going to be closer to Halloween, so I will do the witches. Also, I'm wondering what kind of video you want me to do for Halloween. I'm actually going to put up a video on Halloween. Do you want to see how to set up an altar? Do you want to see how I make a recipe such as maybe like black salt or essential oils or something? Do you want to see a spell being done? Do you want to see how to contain a spirit that's causing you problems? So if you guys give me, you know, put in the comments below what kind of video you want to see on Halloween, I will do my best to accommodate you guys. And if there's like a certain, like maybe, I don't know, like Goopher's Dust or black salt or something that you, or war water that you're not quite sure how to make, you've read online, but it's a little convoluted in what to do, I could make that video for you on Halloween. You just have to let me know what you want to see. So email, comments, let me know. Also, on the 23rd, my mother and I will be making a trip up to St. Augustine, Florida. Now, every time I go to St. Augustine, I always come back with EVPs. I roll video and I always come back with EVPs. And at the end of this video, I'm actually going to include a video that was taken the last time I was in St. Augustine. At the De Mesa Sanchez house, I encountered a spirit there named Lydia. Now, as you watch the video, when I come to the room and I start talking to her, when the video is facing towards the bed and starting to turn into the room, you will see an orb dart past me. Right at the bottom of the screen, it will dart past me. And as I'm talking to her, I ask her, now I'm hearing what she's saying to me in my head, but it's not coming up on it's coming through as an EVP. And when I ask her, you know, did she want to leave? She said, no. She said, this is my home. So I repeated it. I said, this is your home? And you will hear, it kind of sounds like a dog barking unless you're listening with earphones. Because I was like, what is that noise? What is that? And I actually put my earphones on, I refined it, and you can hear a very, it's actually coming behind me. So Lydia darted behind me. She was actually behind me, and I heard, yes. That was the only reply that I got. Actually, I think there was one more reply, but it was so weak, I can't definitively say it. But I think at the end of this video, I will place that video there so you can see it for yourself. There was no one left in the building. There was no tour group on the ground, and there were no dogs in the area. So you can take it for what you want. I did hear her say yes at the same time that it came out on here, but I did not hear her verbally. I heard her in my head. I did not hear what you will hear on this. And when I did hear like this crazy sound, like later on, I did comments on that. I was like, what was that? It was coming from outside, and then when I'm walking further, I hear people outside on the sidewalk talking, and I say, people are talking. So it was not something I actually verbally heard at the time, because I would have marked it. So you can listen to it, form your own opinion. Every time I go to St. Augustine, I absolutely do get some kind of EVPs. I got 2 in the old jail. I don't know where that video is. But I will be going up with my mother, and I will be doing like a travelogue there. So and the reason why I'm saying that is because you will probably hear my mother, because my mother talks about as much as I do. So she is very interested to go around to these places and do an informal ghost hunting type thing, to see what we can capture. I came home from St. Augustine with 43 ghosts in tow. It was a ghost parade. And most of these, well, I should say ghosts, I should say spirits. Most of these spirits ended up getting crossed over. A few decided that they wanted to be rehomed, and a couple stayed with me. I actually had 3 nuns follow me home from St. Augustine one time. And I actually saw them at the top of the street. I was talking to somebody, and I saw these like 3 nuns like huddled together whispering, and I'm like, do you see them up there? And she's like, no. I said, there's 3 nuns huddled at the top of the street. And she's like, oh, well, this actually used to be a Catholic cemetery. These streets where they built over, it used to be a Catholic cemetery. I'm like, did not know that. So it was kind of trippy. I had 3 nuns follow me home. 1 decided to cross, and 2 decided to stay. So I have a Catholic priest and 2 Catholic nuns here. And my mouth still flies. So, yeah, I definitely always get some kind of spirit activity. There are spirits everywhere. They follow me home. On a trip back, I usually have like a lot of spirits that are looking to be rehomed afterwards. So keep an eye on my auctions. If you are interested in succubi and incubi, definitely keep an eye on my auctions, because occasionally they do show up. I do have guardian spirits. I do have jinn spirits up. And then, of course, I have the regular wonderful little human beings that, I shouldn't say little, the wonderful human being spirits that are looking for homes, that need homes, and that just, sometimes they just, like, want to, like, kick back and be a little obnoxious and see what they can do to get your attention, and some people love that. And those are definitely up on my eBay auctions too. So keep an eye on the eBay auctions. The link is down below. And I will see you next week with the witches video. And I have a feeling that probably closer to Halloween, I'm going to have the St. Augustine video up, because it's probably going to take a lot of editing down, you know, get all the superfluous stuff out, and just try to get you like the action shots. It's a complete Michael Bay movie. There's like no filler. So we're it's gonna take me a while to like edit that down, get out all the superfluous stuff. So that's probably gonna be closer to Halloween. And again, for Halloween, please let me know what you would be interested in seeing. Next week is the witches video. Because it is closer to Halloween and I am a witch, so that is a subject I know more about, and it will probably be a longer video. So now that we're running close to half an hour here, I am going to sign off. Roger, please send me your information so I can send you the goodies that you so rightly deserve. And again, thank you for sharing me on social media. And keep an eye out next month for the giveaway I'm going to be doing, focusing more on Thanksgiving type of things. Maybe it might be like an all chocolate type thing, or I don't know. Maybe I might make like a chocolate turkey. I don't know. Some stupid shit. But yeah, so that's it for me here, and I will see you next week. It will be on Friday. This week I had a whole washing machine fiasco. Water everywhere. Some animal had chewed through the drain pipe. There was water everywhere. It was a mess. Just horrible. So that is why this video is a day late. But I will be back next Friday with the video on witches, and I will see you then. Bye, guys. Lydia. Why are you still here? Why can't you leave? This is your home. Lydia, do you want to go? Are you happy staying here? Okay. As long as you're happy. Is there anybody else? What was that? Oh, we had a little trouble focusing there. People talking outside. I'm going to be leaving. Does anybody want to say anything?